Houston is filled with all kinds of talented individuals. From business owners to journalists, athletes to musicians, Houston has it all. Stay tuned as we visit the University of Houston's track and field throwers team and meet Elevator Days, an indie rock band made up of UH students. Then, join the conversation as we talk to the founders of the Bee's Knees Hunting Company. And later, a UH alumni working to make a name for herself in the media world. We'll also feature a performance by Houston singer and songwriter you won't want to miss. This is Video Workshop.
Movies are, a film script is in a constant stage of revision.
Hello, I'm Dominic Soxa.
Hello, and welcome to Video Workshop. I'm your host, Seth Medina. Today at the UH Alumni Center, we'll meet up with Anne Renee for an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at the University of Houston's throwers team. But first, let's sit down with Valenti and one of our very own UH alumni to talk about us, her journey in the world of media. Take it away, Valenti.
Thank you, Seth. Today we have a very special guest, UH alumni, journalist, and Valenti Award recipient, Daisy Espinosa. Thank you so much for being here today. And I just wanted to go ahead and start by asking you what inspired you to be in this field?
Yeah, well, it's a pleasure to be with you. And I think one of the things that made me want to be in this field, I think I was very curious to know how everything worked, how the cameras worked, and why it was very conversational when you had a host, right? And so ever since 5th grade, there's a program that would air and you would do the morning news for the school. And so I was involved in that. I was like, I think 5th grade-year-old me was, how do I get there? And so I had one appearance, and that one appearance was the one that did it for me. And ever since then, I've been a part of media, like digital media organizations. And so I've grown my experience during grade school, and then I was a business major for 2 years, straight out of college. But then I read Carl Bernstein and the Watergate, and that's the one that was like, no, I have to return back to my roots. So I did.
Wow, thank you. So where do you work now? What are you doing right now?
Right now, I'm part of the digital team. We're growing the team at Houston Public Media. And so it's something new, something that they want to work on a little bit more, and expand our resources, expand what we're doing. And I think that's one of the beautiful things. One of the beautiful things about it is that we are showing that initiative and then starting from building it from the ground up. So.
No. I saw that you recently went to Washington, D.C. for work. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so Houston Public Media is double licensed. It is PBS and NPR, so we're TV and radio. And so right now we're working on this digital series with PBS, and that's one of the workshops that we were doing in D.C. That was my first work trip. It was amazing. We were able to learn about how digital works in today's world and the future of PBS.
Wow,
yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah.
So I know that this field is very competitive and can often lead to like challenges and stuff like that. So did you ever have to face a challenging situation, and how did you handle it?
Yeah, I think it's important to clarify that you're not in competition with anybody. If anything, you're in competition with yourself. It is a battle of in your mind that you have. So essentially, you are working against yourself. How bad do you want it? And so one of the challenges is, where do you find that motivation again? To say, okay, this is what I'm looking forward to. This is my goal. How do I achieve it? So.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's important to have that determination, right? That's beautiful. Do you have a favorite moment while working for PBS?
A favorite moment? I would say opening the minds of others and saying, hey, we can do something like this if we so wanted to, and then being able to act on it and saying, this is the success that we had just by doing it. And so I've received good thoughts and good praises about the work that we're doing. So,
Wow,
yeah.
that's amazing. Do you have any advice for students looking into the same field?
I would definitely say lean into your resources, lean into those who see something in you. I had a professor who was like, Daisy, you know, whatever you want. And so she pushed me to be where I am today. Yeah.
Wow, that's beautiful. And how did it feel to be one of the Valenti Award recipients?
Oh, amazing. My family was there with me. I didn't expect it, but again, I think it fell under having that person, having that professor who knew what you were doing, and I would say that she was the one that was Daisy. You can do whatever you put your mind to.
Wow.
So,
well, thank you so much for sharing that with us. That was beautiful. I really admire you, and I really hope that you just go better than you're doing right now.
thank you.
So now let's check in with Ariana Ayert at the UH Training Center.
Thank you. I'm Ayana Ayert reporting here at the University of Houston Track and Field Training Center, where we will be interviewing the throwers and their coach, who is former Olympian Jennifer Dahlgren. Let's see what this track team is all about. Here's a close look at the UH throwers. Track and field throwing is an Olympic sport made of 4 events: shot put, discus throw, the javelin throw, and the hammer throw. Today we will be featuring the shot put, discus, and hammer throwers. I'm here with Priscilla Adijokun, who is the UH Track and Field team captain. What are your goals moving into this upcoming season?
Goals for myself are to win nationals for weight throw and hammer throw. But then as a captain for my team, winning conference, always priority. And then also just fostering better community between all of us. Conflict is bound to happen, you know, so as a captain, I want to be able to mediate that and also just foster good vibes. We're all very individualistic because each of us have different events. It's nice to build a community where we're supporting each other despite our differences.
So how has UH prepared you to become a better athlete?
I think the best thing that U of H has done for me is they really emphasize focus on a long-term goal, what marks we're supposed to get, what competitions we're supposed to win, and like really helps me in learning focus and dedication over a long period of time.
This year, Coach Jenny Dahlgren enters the UH track and field scene. Coach Dahlgren is an Argentine hammer thrower and 4-time Olympian. She has volunteered to be head coach for the UH throwers. What are some valuable lessons you learned coming from your Olympic journey?
Definitely that there's no shortcuts. I think that a lot of times kids nowadays get really frustrated. They have like big dreams and big aspirations, but they think that it's going to be a very like immediate process to get there. And in sports, and particularly in the throws, which are very technical, it takes a long time. So there's no shortcuts. You really have to put in the work and be patient and be really true to yourself. So I feel like that's like the biggest thing that I learned is just putting in that hard work and being patient.
So what made you pursue coaching and what made you choose UH particularly?
Funny story. I like never really thought I was gonna be a coach. I retired last year in April, and then I moved back to Houston because that's where my parents and my siblings have been since 2000. We're originally from Argentina. So I retired and moved back here, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do. So I reached out to Coach Blackburn, who I had never actually met, and I was like, hey, you know, I would love to volunteer and help out if you need. I have like spare time. And then I didn't really hear back from him. And then this summer, he was like, hey, are you still interested in helping out? And I'm like, I mean, I guess. And then he like just full up offered me the job. A little bit like being thrown into the fire, but honestly, this is a great group of kids with a lot of talent, really great attitude. And I feel like I do have a lot of the technical knowledge, but I've also been through a lot in my 23-year career, so I love the mentoring aspect of it and like what mentalities we bring to practice and the competitions. So I feel like that's something that I have to share with the kids.
So what advice would you have for aspiring athletes coming into this field?
You know, finding your passions, trying different things, and having fun. I feel like that's the most important thing.
Thank you for giving us valuable insight on this dynamic sport and amazing team. Throwing season starts this spring, so make sure to keep an eye out for our throwers. Now back to you, Seth.
Thank you, Ayana. You'll definitely see me in the stands. I'm here with Ryan Norbach, a Houston songwriter who also happens to be a UH alumni. Thank you for joining us today, Ryan.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Of course. And before you start, can you tell us a little bit more about when you first started writing music?
Yeah, I started writing music like when I was in high school. I was in choir, and that was like a big inspiration for me, seeing all these people, these talented people writing music, doing music together, and I really wanted to participate. And then after high school, I kind of just never stopped. So.
Wow. And what song will you be playing for us today?
I'm going to be playing my song, If You Only Knew. It's about a girl who I was really in love with, but I swore to never ever tell her, but it got out, not because I said anything, but because I really just wear my heart on my sleeve, and I just make it very obvious. But it's kind of dramatic irony in a way.
Yeah.
So
Very, very touching. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's give the stage to Ryan Norbach.
thank you. If you only knew how much I love you, oh baby, I would wanna die. If you only knew how much I cherish you, oh baby, I would be red for life. There's so much you don't know, a secret only for show. My face makes it so obvious I'm in love with you. I wear my heart on my sleeve, but I made up my mind, you see. I'll never tell you I'm in love with you. In love with you. Oops, wait, didn't I just say it? Straight to your face, maybe I can save this. No, I'm a fool again. Maybe I should let my heart win. By the end of this song, what could go wrong? Wait, that list is long. I know this isn't gonna end well, baby. How do I know? Well, I can tell lately by the way you look at me, looking at you, looking at me. And I know what you see, I'm the furthest thing you would ever call baby. There's so much you don't know, a secret only for show. My face makes it so obvious I'm in love with you. I wear my heart on my sleeve, but I made up my mind, you see. I'll never tell you I'm in love with you. In love with you. In love with you. I'm never gonna tell you I'm in love with you. In love with you. In love with you. I'm never gonna tell you I'm in love with you. And I'm never gonna go and admit it. Yeah, oh, why you so beautiful, just quit it, yeah. And it's plain to see you'll never love me, so why do I even try in the first place? There's so much you don't know, a secret only for show. My face makes it so obvious I'm in love with you. I wear my heart on my sleeve, but I made up my mind, you see. I'll never tell you I'm in in love, I'm in love with you. In love with you. In love with you. I'm never gonna tell you I'm in love with you. In love with you. In love with you. I'm never gonna tell you I'm. Woo.
Ryan, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
Left me speechless. Thank you so much for joining us here today.
Hey, yeah, I know. I love being here.
Now let's turn it over to John Cerrone as he hangs out with the local music group, Elevator Days.
Thanks, Seth. Hi, I'm John Cerrone, and I'm here to give y'all a closer look at an up-and-coming indie rock band called Elevator Days. The band is composed of 5 UH students who have a passion for music and performance. They have performed in several venues across the Houston area. How did the band come together?
We've kind of been a friend group for a while. It was funny because initially a couple of us knew we played instruments, but we kind of didn't know that some of us had a musical background. Music wasn't our first thing that got us all together. We all were friends beforehand, so I think that's one of the better things about being in this band.
So what's the story behind y'all's band name?
Our band name comes from a lyric from our favorite band. The lyric, Elevator Days, it kind of embodies the meaning of having a spontaneous youth. And I felt like when we all formed, we all kind of had that. I mean, we kind of jumped on this band thing at the drop of a dime, so we were all very spontaneous and into it, and it was kind of just a chaotic, crazy thing that we did out of nowhere.
What is your upcoming single about, and where did y'all gather inspiration for it?
Well, most of it is about having things that you have gone through in your past really affecting the way you see the world. As far as like relationships and stuff like that, like some people have troubling home lives or have these traumas that it's hard to get past, and because of that, they see the world just a little different, and they might be colorblind to some other things that other people are very sensitive towards, and being exposed to that is kind of a learning experience in life, especially when you're young. So that's kind of what the song's mostly about.
Running backwards in time, my mind is listening. We're chasing partner in crime, but you're indifferent. I caught in the frequency on your warning signs, and all the black and white got left you colorblind.
Where can fans get more info on upcoming shows and y'all's content?
So the Instagram is at Elevator Days Band, and the TikTok is at Elevator Days Band as well. We usually post show dates, when we're dropping songs, anything like that, and then just like your casual content of us being us. We do want to focus on recording and getting all those out for everybody to hear, so I think we'll probably do like an EP release party, maybe here very soon, so I'll follow Instagram, I'll keep you posted.
Yeah. Thank you, Elevator Days, for the rockin' music and giving us an inside look into what you do. Looking forward to the new single, Colorblind, coming out soon. Back to you, Seth.
Wow, they sound amazing. Thank you, John, for introducing us to such an awesome band. Coming up, we'll sit down with Cortland Vasic and our extra sweet guest. But first, let's take a trip to Memorial Park where Houstonians come to practice skateboarding.
everyone, I'm Cortland Vasick, and today I am with Haley, Bobby, and Madison Nelson, all of which who are part of the family that founded the Bee's Knees Honey Company. Thank y'all so much for being here. We're going to be showcasing their products today and hopefully trying out some honey. The spread is so beautiful. I love it.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about how y'all started y'all's business.
So my eldest son, Colby, he's a bit of a hobbyist.
Okay.
He has a passion for bees, animals, just in general. And for his children, he bought a hive.
Oh.
And so we decided that, we also enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
And the honey was amazing.
Oh, I bet.
And we thought we could share with the public.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's how we started.
Yeah, found a passion in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all within the family and teaching kids and passing something on.
Exactly.
I love that. Was there something certain that drew y'all to it? Or like beekeeping and stuff? Or?
Generally, the idea of saving the bees wasn't actually in our minds until we looked into beekeeping further, if that makes any sense. When we began, we learned just how important it was.
Mm-hmm.
And it just pushed us to continue on with what we were doing and encouraging everybody else to just get a hive and start out themselves.
Yeah, not only are you doing something fun, and you're also saving the environment. Can we try some out? Can
Absolutely,
we go ahead?
absolutely.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about this cracker.
So that's just our meadow foam honey on top of some brie. And the meadow foam honey comes from a meadow that has these flowers that bloom once a year.
Mm-hmm.
So it has a very vanilla flavor to it. It's very hard to get your hands on.
That's what I was thinking. It seems very sweet and so fresh.
Yes.
I love
And it's
it.
just once a year, so.
What would y'all say that sets y'all apart from other honey companies?
Honestly, our passion and love for not only what we're doing, but the people in our community and everything that goes along with it. We are in farmers markets. We love connecting and being a part of it, along with just attention to detail and everything there.
Okay, so tell me about this. This looks different than your average honey.
Yes, that is actually our honey butter. So that's a cinnamon and brown sugar honey butter spread with walnuts and blueberries on it. So it's kind of like a little pie in your mouth kind of deal.
Yeah.
But yes. And then our last cracker has honeycomb. That's a little melted away now, but it's...
I see it a little
Yes.
bit though.
And you can eat the comb as well.
Yes,
Oh,
the
okay.
wax.
So the
along
wax
with
and
it.
the comb.
So does the comb have any special benefits different than just like the liquid honey, pure honey?
So the wax is used for so many different products that humans use, like lip balm, makeup even. But other than that, no, the texture is fantastic though. If you're a fan of textures in your food, a lot of professional chefs use it as toppings onto their desserts to add that like little bit of uniqueness.
Okay, yeah, and so you can really use it with all of that, can't
Yes,
you?
absolutely.
Awesome,
Absolutely.
awesome. And so what are some surprising things that y'all have learned since y'all started this journey?
So many things, but bees really do surprise you. There's a lot of learning curves that we went through and just the little facts that you go along with it. Like bees can recognize human faces, which is something we learned like a year ago.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, so we didn't know if our bees were okay with us or just in general with humans coming around. But when we went out there, we realized that our bees are more calm when we're around versus someone else, and it's because they know our faces.
That is so sweet. And so do y'all do this at your house or do y'all have a special facility for it?
So
we have a warehouse, but it's not open to the public. It's just where we prepare everything and where we store our products and our hives and all the extras.
Okay, okay. So where can customers reach you or buy your products and find you on social media?
So all of our social media is the same tag. It's Bee's Knees Honey Co.
Okay.
So Instagram, Facebook, we're on TikTok, just anywhere that you can genuinely like find someone, we're there. We also have, for those who don't have social media, email.
Okay.
Just reach out anytime. We actually love talking to people.
Okay, awesome. Well, I will definitely have to grab some. And we appreciate y'all so much for being here today.
And thank you for having us.
Of course, of course. Back to you, Seth.
Thank you, Cortland. We hope you've enjoyed meeting these incredible individuals who remind us just how much talent can be found within Houston. I'm your host, Seth Medina. Don't forget to join us next week as we sit down with the up-and-coming artist, Mad King. We will also visit a unique location involving puppies. There will also be a live show of martial arts, but don't worry, we will also have many more exciting things to come. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on Video Workshop. Today's video workshop was directed by Alexya Martinez, produced by Anne Renee Corpus. This program is a laboratory production of the Jack J. Valenti School of Communication in the College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences at the University of Houston. All participants are under the faculty supervision of executive producer Craig Crowe. Views expressed on Video Workshop are not necessarily those of the sponsoring organizations. The University of Houston or the Jack J. Valenti School of Communication. This is Seth Medina speaking. Video Workshop is recorded in the Lance T. Funson Communications Center in the Jack J. Valenti School of Communication, Houston, Texas.